Life Explorer. Enter your passcode to get in. Once you're in, you'll notice one of the first screens you see is the instructions page. Look, it's really meant to make it straightforward and conversational. You can delete an ad, which was really quite fast. You move it, you then discuss it in detail, and then you can review and export. We do it over time, but we also prioritize it, as you can see, high, medium, and low. So now let's get into some detail a bit more. When you look at the file, you need to create a name. In this case, I'm putting Ben, and then you save it. And once you save it, it takes you to your file, so you can see an overview of all the files that you use. We double tap and we go back in. The first step, as outlined in the instructions, is to delete. And the aim is to delete relatively quickly and ruthlessly, with the aim being just to make sure you've got the key life events and goals that you have. And the point of the cards is to make you consider things that maybe you haven't or aren't on your mind, but then also you can add. Once you've deleted, you can also add, but then you start to move them around. And by moving them around, you start to prioritize them by time and by importance. Once you've done that, you then double tap and it'll take you into more detailed conversation. I'll talk about this more in the second video. However, you customize the label so that it's more specific. And once you have that customized title, you can then add some details in the objectives where you can add some notes. It also has got a section where you can see how you're tracking and how you feel about it. And these are just icons you push. You then look at time and just make sure that we go, when is it now, soon or later, and sometime. You can be more specific with the time as well, and you can allocate a month and a year. And once you've done that, that'll be reflected in the summary. You can also put a reminder, which will go on an icon. You'll notice the traffic lights. What that's indicating is it going to cost money or is it going to make you money? Red is cost. As you go across, you can see that you can enter some numbers. This doesn't substitute for later on, but just gives a sense. You save, and then you go back, and you'll see then that the card has reflected the conversation. The red tick and the icons show what was discussed. Let's maybe do another example just to show you how it sort of builds. The first one to see obviously is you can track and change this. You feel a bit concerned. I'm going to need a reminder, but in this case it's going to generate income because I'm changing jobs, and I'm just going to enter an income change. Now all these items will be reflected in the new icons that appear on the card, which as you get more comfortable you get to realize. What we'd now like to do is, once you do life events and goals, we now like to get into what matters most, and this is to really focus on your values. You'll notice that there's a list of 50 to 60 key values. Choose the ones that matter most to you, and we restrict you to 5 to make you really focus on it. These should then correlate to your life events. You hit save and you go back to your file. All of this is generating a conversation. So this is the summary outline. It comes in now, soon, and later, and sometimes. And it gives you the details, a more structured way of discussing. You can also export it in a number of forms. Let's choose PDF. And what you'll see is this is generated. And all of this you can customize. It'll have all the details of the conversation that you have. You can send that immediately off to the client, or you can send it to a friend. That's an introduction to Life Explorer. Hope you enjoy.